What's going on YouTube? It's Dylan from Redline, and well, as you can tell by the title, it's time to break down what happened to my Florida Foxbody. Now, I'm not currently in that Foxbody right now because it is, long story short, getting a new motor, new block. Yeah, bad stuff happened, as you can get the vibe from, and we're gonna break down into it. I'm not gonna hold you guys up long. Everyone's been asking me what happened with that car, so here we are. Time to talk about it. If you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about right now, you need to go check out my video from about 3 weeks ago or so. I was down in Florida on vacation and ended up actually buying another Foxbody down there. Bought that car to resell, but I was gonna cruise it around for a little bit, whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Ended up buying the car, attempted to drive it all the way home from Florida to here in Ohio, about a 1,500 mile road trip, and as you can probably guess, that did not go to plan, and the car basically went kaboom. So yeah, go check out that video if you haven't already, and then you'll basically know what's going on for this video and get caught up with everything. So the quick rundown on that car, it was an 89, I believe, Mustang GT. Had your basic Foxbody setup, heads, cam, intake. The pistons and everything looks stock. But yeah, just top end stuff. Car actually ran really good for what it was, and I come to find out it had a bunch of good parts on it. So about a day or so after we got back with the car, my dad had to come down to Virginia to pick us up because we broke down about 5 hours away. We immediately started tearing into the car, ripped the valve covers off the top end just to see what was going on. First thing we immediately checked was the oil pump to see if the shaft inside the oil pump got twisted up, what went wrong with that, because throwback to when I was in Virginia and the car actually broke down. Everyone who thought about the car, that's the first thing that came to all of our minds. As you can see in this clip, that oil pump shaft was annihilated. Now, typically from what I've been told, the shaft will break up at the top and you're able to pull the rest of the shaft out, and it's actually a pretty easy fix from there on. This actually broke on the bottom half, which made it a little more difficult to pull out, and we later found out it was not just a twisted oil pump shaft, it was a little bit worse. But yes, that is the initial problem that caused everything to go downhill from there. It got a little catastrophic, to say the least. So as we were pulling out the oil pump shaft to possibly replace it, maybe get this thing rolling again, we found that basically at the bottom of the motor, there's kind of a piece of the block sitting in there, which obviously that's not good. When we pulled the valve covers off, one of the lifters looked to be collapsed, which, I mean, you can fix that obviously, but there was no really coming back from a piece of the block sitting at the back of, or the bottom of the motor. So from there, we're like, well, we might as well just see how bad it actually got. And we started ripping into the motor a little bit more. Luckily, the heads and everything still looked good on the car, so I will be able to salvage those. We flipped the motor upside down, and I took the oil pan off just to see that one of the rods on the piston was completely disconnected, like piston rod completely separated, no good. Metal shavings everywhere in that motor. It was just all bad. Like, the thing's not salvageable, and it's basically worth scrap at this point. I mean, we did everything except window the block, but it was probably windowed somewhere that I did not see. So from there, I at least can get some money back. The top end stuff was mostly salvageable. The heads, which were big money heads, they're Edelbrock Performer RPMs. They go for a good $1. The Cobra intake and lower intake were all good still. It seems like everything on the motor was not bad, and it was put together decently. Just the original owner may have, well, not may have, they did cheap out on the oil pump shaft, which is only like, it's crazy. It's only like $30. And everyone I talk to who builds Foxbodies, that's like one of the best insurance things you can do for, and it doesn't even cost anything. Like $30 to save your motor from possibly grenading is a no-brainer. And I was so surprised that it had that stock shaft in it, but what can you do? Someone else built a car, that's a risk you take, and lesson learned. So where do I go from here? The motor's actually up at my buddy's, and I'm trying to salvage as much of the car as I can and try and at least escape out of it without losing too much money. I'm actually throwing a motor in that has less mileage than the car does, which is cool. And I'm basically putting it back to mostly stock, minus like the exhaust headers. And I have a BBK intake I'm going to throw on it that was on this car before it got turboed. So I was going back to mostly stock other than like normal little bolt-on things. And it should still be salvageable for a decent amount of money. We'll see how that goes, because honestly not too sure on what it would be worth after all this. But hopefully I don't lose my butt on this car and I can make something of it. I mean, it's still, at the end of the day, a very nice Foxbody, good paint. We'll have wheels, obviously. That looks really nice. It's a nice looking car. And from what I know about the Foxbody market, the stock cars actually bring just about the same money as cars with like heads cam intakes. So we'll see where this goes and if I can salvage anything of this car, and like I said, hopefully not lose my butt on it. Because I don't know if I said it already, I did buy the car to flip, and after like everything all said and done and the tow bill down there at 3 in the morning when we broke down and everything, I'm in this car a little bit of change, to say the least. So we'll hope for the best and make the best out of the situation and ultimately go from there, because that's just about all you can do, is hope for the best. I'll do what I can to hopefully make my money back, or at least some of it, all while still selling a nice Foxbody to someone. Likely someone I know is probably going to end up buying the car, just because I have a lot of buddies who want to get into it, the Foxbody platform. So we'll see what goes on with that. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated with the process. I'm sorry that it took so long to get this video out to everyone. I've just been so busy. I mean, we just had Mustang week last week. If you haven't already seen that video, check it out. Been making sure this car's good to go. We're currently in my notchback, obviously, and just running around with the business and stuff. So I am finally going to be back on my usual schedule, which is 2 to 3 uploads a week, obviously car-related content. Also, thank you. By the time this video goes up, I should be at or around 800 subscribers. From the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you who subscribe, watch my videos, give me feedback, like, comment, everything. Messaging me on Instagram, just everything that makes my day. Oh my God, a fly just like literally flew into my eye. All right, back to the stuff that matters. Thank you guys. Just words can't describe how thankful I am. I'm not even nowhere near being a big YouTuber, but to me, 800 subscribers is insane. And to know that there's people out there that actually watch my videos, enjoy watching my videos, and use my videos as inspiration for themselves, just an amazing thing that I really just can't comprehend or describe properly with words. I'm just so thankful. So we're going to keep growing. We're on the road to 1K, and that's insane for me to even say. When I first started YouTube, I didn't even think I'd get 100 subscribers, to be honest. So it just means so much, and we're just going to keep grinding, getting these videos out, and hopefully entertaining you guys. So on that note, if you aren't already, be sure to subscribe. Check out some other videos here on the channel. I have this Turbo 87 notchback Mustang. I did have a 13 Audi S4. Not to spoil anything, might be getting another Audi here soon. We got a bunch of cool cars in the family. All my friends got cool cars everywhere on the channel. Racing, Mexico pools, DIY, POV, everything's here on the channel. Just be sure to check it out and stick around, because the content is only going to get bigger and better from here on out. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for the support. I'm out. See you in the next one.